Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about something incredibly important, the myths and misconceptions that surround aging. If you're over 60, 70 or beyond, you've probably heard some of these myths before. In fact, you may have even believed a few of them yourself at one point or another. Society has created a lot of narratives about what it means to grow older. And unfortunately, many of them are not just wrong, but harmful. These myths can limit how we think about ourselves, how we live our lives, and what we believe we're capable of doing as we age. The truth is, aging is a natural part of life, and while it certainly brings changes, it doesn't have to be filled with limitations or fears. In fact, many of the things you've been told about aging are simply not true. They're myths that have been passed down from generation to generation, leaving older adults feeling restricted or helpless. But today, we're here to bust those myths wide open. We'll talk about the most dangerous misconceptions surrounding aging and replace them with empowering facts, truths that can help you live a fuller, more vibrant life, no matter how many candles are on your birthday cake. Throughout this conversation, we're going to tackle these myths one by one, and for each myth, we'll provide the facts that prove it wrong. By the end of this video, you'll see that aging doesn't mean slowing down, giving up, or missing out on life. Quite the opposite. If you find this content helpful, I'd love for you to subscribe to our channel. Together, we're creating a community where we can have honest, supportive conversations about aging, and your subscription helps us continue this important work. Now let's get started by busting the first myth. One of the most dangerous myths about aging is the idea that you should avoid physical exercise as you get older. Maybe you've heard it before, people saying things like, "Oh, I'm too old for that now," or "Exercise is just too risky at my age." This myth is rooted in the belief that physical activity becomes dangerous or unnecessary once we reach a certain age. But the truth is that staying active is one of the most important things you can do to maintain your health and vitality as you grow older. In fact, avoiding exercise can do far more harm than good. Our bodies were made to move, and that doesn't change just because we've gotten older. Regular physical activity can help improve your strength, flexibility, and balance, all of which become even more crucial as we age. Staying active helps prevent falls, improves cardiovascular health, and can even reduce the risk of chronic conditions like diabetes and heart disease. Not to mention, exercise boosts your mood and keeps your mind sharp. Of course, your exercise routine may look different at 70 than it did at 30. And that's okay. The key is to find activities that work for your body and your current fitness level. This could mean taking a daily walk, joining a gentle yoga or Tai Chi class, or doing simple strength training exercises with light weights. The most important thing is to keep moving, whether it's dancing around the living room or working in the garden. Regular movement keeps your body strong and your mind engaged, and it's one of the best ways to combat the effects of aging. So if you've been avoiding exercise because you think you're too old, it's time to let go of that myth. Start small if you need to, but don't be afraid to incorporate movement into your daily routine. Your body and your mind will thank you for it. Let's move on to the next myth, which is another one that holds a lot of people back. Have you ever heard someone say, "You can't teach an old dog new tricks"? It's a saying that suggests that once we reach a certain age, we're no longer capable of learning or mastering new skills. This myth can be particularly damaging because it discourages older adults from challenging their minds, learning new things, and embracing the joy of curiosity. The truth, however, is that your brain remains capable of learning and adapting throughout your entire life. In fact, science has shown that the brain is incredibly resilient and flexible, even as we age. This concept is called neuroplasticity, and it refers to the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. Essentially, Your brain can continue to learn, grow, and adapt no matter how old you are. Sure, you might not pick things up as quickly as you did in your 20s, but that doesn't mean you can't learn something new and enjoy the process while you're at it. Learning new things as we age is not only possible, but it's also incredibly beneficial. Engaging your brain in new activities can help maintain cognitive function, boost memory, and even protect against age-related cognitive decline. Whether it's learning a new language, picking up a musical instrument, or simply doing puzzles or reading about a new topic, challenging your mind keeps it sharp and active. Plus, learning new things can bring a sense of fulfillment and purpose. The next time you're tempted to say, "I'm too old to learn that," I want you to stop and remind yourself of the truth. You can absolutely learn new things at any age. Your brain is a powerful tool, and by keeping it engaged and curious, you'll not only feel more mentally sharp, but you'll also enjoy the many joys that come from lifelong learning. Now let's tackle a particularly painful myth, one that many people fear as they grow older: the belief that loneliness is an inevitable part of aging. This myth suggests that as we grow older, it's only natural to become more isolated, that losing social connections and feeling lonely is just something we have to accept. But I'm here to tell you that this is far from the truth. While loneliness can be a challenge for some older adults, it's not something you have to resign yourself to. In fact, there are countless ways to stay socially connected, engaged, and fulfilled well into your later years. Loneliness can be a real issue for older adults, especially if they've lost loved ones or moved away from familiar communities. However, the idea that loneliness is just part of aging is a myth that can hold you back from taking action to combat it. Social connections are just as important for your mental and emotional health at 70 as they were at 30. And the good news is that there are plenty of ways to maintain and even grow your social network as you age. Whether it's through joining clubs, taking classes, volunteering, or simply reaching out to family and friends, staying connected doesn't have to be difficult. Technology, too, has opened up new possibilities for older adults to stay in touch, whether it's through video calls, social media, or online communities. The important thing is to be proactive about maintaining relationships and seeking out opportunities for connection. If you've been feeling lonely, don't fall into the trap of believing it's just part of getting older. There are so many ways to stay connected and engaged with the people around you. Don't hesitate to reach out and make an effort. You might be surprised by how much joy and companionship you can still find, no matter your age. Have you ever heard someone say, "I'm too old to change now"? It's a common phrase that reflects a widespread myth about aging. The idea that once we've reached a certain age, it's too late to change our habits or make meaningful improvements to our lives. This myth can be particularly damaging because it leads people to believe that they're stuck with the choices they made earlier in life, whether those choices relate to health, lifestyle, or even relationships. But here's the truth. You're never too old to make positive changes in your life. Whether it's adopting healthier eating habits, quitting smoking, getting more active, or even improving your relationships, change is possible at any age. Your body and mind are incredibly resilient, and making positive changes, even later in life, can have profound benefits. In fact, research has shown that even older adults who make changes to their diet, exercise, or other habits can significantly improve their health, longevity, and overall quality of life. The key is to approach change with patience and self-compassion. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight, but small, consistent changes can make a huge difference. For example, if you've spent years being sedentary, starting with just a 10-minute walk each day can help build strength and stamina. If your diet hasn't been the healthiest, gradually incorporating more fruits and vegetables can lead to big improvements in how you feel. The idea that you can't change after a certain age is simply not true. Don't let this myth hold you back from making positive changes that can improve your health, happiness, and well-being. Whether you're 50, 70, or 90, you have the power to make choices that lead to a better life. Next up is a myth that many people worry about: the belief that memory decline is inevitable as we age. There's a common misconception that getting older automatically means losing your memory or experiencing cognitive decline. While it's true that some changes in memory can occur as we age, the idea that significant memory loss is unavoidable is simply a myth. The reality is that many older adults maintain sharp, active minds well into their later years, and there are things you can do to keep your brain healthy and functioning at its best. As we age, it's normal to occasionally forget small things like where you put your keys or someone's name. However, this type of forgetfulness is usually minor and doesn't have a big impact on your daily life. On the other hand, more serious memory problems, like those associated with dementia or Alzheimer's disease, are not a normal part of aging. These conditions are not inevitable, and there are steps you can take to support your cognitive health. Keeping your brain active and engaged is one of the best ways to prevent memory decline. This can include activities like reading, solving puzzles, learning new skills, and staying socially connected. Physical activity also plays a significant role in maintaining brain health, as regular exercise improves blood flow to the brain and supports overall cognitive function. Additionally, staying mindful of your diet and lifestyle choices can help protect your memory as you age. Foods rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, and nutrients like omega-3s have been shown to support brain health. Adequate sleep, stress management, and avoiding smoking or excessive alcohol consumption are also important factors in maintaining cognitive function. So, while some minor memory changes are normal as we age, don't buy into the myth that memory decline is inevitable. By staying mentally and physically active, you can keep your brain sharp and vibrant for many years to come. Another harmful myth that older adults often encounter is the idea that once you reach a certain age, your contributions to society no longer matter. This myth perpetuates the notion that aging means stepping out of the spotlight and fading into the background, with younger generations taking the lead. It suggests that older adults are no longer productive, that they no longer have anything valuable to offer to their communities, workplaces, or families. This couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, older adults bring a wealth of knowledge, experience, and wisdom that can greatly benefit society. Whether it's mentoring younger generations, volunteering, sharing expertise from years of work, or simply offering support and guidance to loved ones, older adults have so much to contribute. Your life experience gives you a unique perspective that can provide solutions, insights, and advice that younger people simply don't have yet. Far from being past your prime, you're in a position to make a lasting impact on those around you. Many older adults find new opportunities to contribute after retirement, whether through community involvement, advocacy, or creative projects. For example, volunteering for causes you're passionate about or using your skills to help others can give you a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Don't let society's misconceptions about aging make you feel like you're no longer valuable. You still have so much to offer, and your contributions matter. Whether it's within your family, your community, or the world at large, the impact you can make doesn't diminish with age. It evolves, deepens, and becomes even more meaningful. A particularly damaging myth about aging is the belief that it's too late to build new relationships, whether they be friendships or romantic connections. Some people assume that once you reach a certain age, you've made all the relationships you're going to make in life, and that the opportunity to form new connections has passed. This myth can lead to feelings of loneliness and isolation, but the truth is, It's never too late to build meaningful relationships. Human connection is one of the most important aspects of life, and it's something we crave at every stage of our journey. Just because you've entered your later years doesn't mean you can't form new bonds with others. In fact, many older adults find that they have more time and emotional energy to invest in relationships once they're past the busy demands of work and raising a family. Whether it's forging new friendships through shared hobbies or interests, reconnecting with old friends, or even finding love later in life, the opportunity for meaningful connections is always there. Many communities offer clubs, activities, or social groups specifically designed for older adults to meet and connect with one another. Additionally, technology can open doors to new friendships and relationships, whether through social media, online interest groups, or video chats with family and friends. The idea that aging means giving up on relationships is simply a myth. Your heart is capable of forming new bonds, and your life can be enriched by the people you meet at any stage. So if you've been feeling isolated or hesitant to seek out new connections, remember that it's never too late to build relationships that bring joy and meaning into your life. Another common myth is the belief that growing older means losing your sense of purpose. It's easy to see how this misconception can arise. After all, many of us spend our younger years focused on careers, raising families, and achieving personal goals. As we age and these roles change or fade away, it can sometimes feel like our purpose has been lost. But here's the truth. Aging doesn't mean losing your purpose. In fact, it can be an opportunity to redefine and rediscover it. Purpose isn't tied to a job title or a specific role in life. It's something that evolves with you. In your later years, your purpose might shift toward things like nurturing relationships, giving back to your community, exploring hobbies you've always been passionate about, or simply enjoying the present moment. Many older adults find deep fulfillment in pursuing personal growth, learning new things, or helping others. If you've been feeling like you've lost your sense of purpose, take a step back and consider what brings you joy and meaning. Is it spending time with family? Is it volunteering for a cause you care about? Is it creating art, music, or writing? Purpose can take many forms, and it's often in the smaller, everyday moments that we find our greatest sense of fulfillment. Don't buy into the myth that aging means losing your sense of purpose. Your life is still full of potential, and you have the freedom to shape your purpose in whatever way feels right for you. Whether it's through small acts of kindness or larger personal projects, your purpose is something you carry with you throughout your life. It doesn't end with age. So, there you have it, 10 of the most dangerous myths about aging busted. From the false belief that you can't learn new things or build new relationships, to the myth that aging means losing your purpose, we've uncovered the truths that show just how much potential, power, and possibility still exist as we grow older. The myths we've busted today aren't just harmless misconceptions. They can limit how we live our lives and what we believe we're capable of achieving. But by confronting these myths and replacing them with empowering facts, we open ourselves up to a world of new opportunities. Whether it's staying physically active, learning new skills, nurturing relationships, or redefining our sense of purpose, aging is a time of growth and fulfillment if we allow it to be. If this video resonated with you, I encourage you to subscribe to our channel. Together we can continue these important conversations, support one another, and embrace the beauty of aging with confidence, strength, and joy. And don't forget to check out our other videos, where we dive even deeper into topics that matter to you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, aging isn't something to fear or fight. It's something to embrace. By busting these myths, we can all live fuller, richer, and more empowered lives, no matter our age. Take care, and I'll see you next time.